Hey guys, it's the Taxability here, and for today. Now, every so often, whenever there's a new month coming very soon, there's usually a video talking about and covering all of the upcoming big Switch titles for either any sort of month that is coming. So for this video, I wanted to try and do that myself by talking about the upcoming Nintendo Switch games for both June and July. Because June is pretty much packed this month, but July has barely gotten any sort of major releases in that upcoming month, aside from two big RPGs that I will be covering. And since we don't have any more announcements about the Nintendo Direct anytime soon, I want to go over it in case you guys want to get very excited on what's going to be coming up for this June and July. And so with that, let's waste time, but let's get straight into it. First off, let's talk about the game that will be coming out next Friday on June 10th, being Mario Strikers Battle League, the return of a series that has not gotten any new installments since the Wii era. Now, yes, the game did have some flaws from the fans' perspective. The fact that the lack of character roster just seems really underwhelming, with the fact that Nintendo also announced that there will be post-launch game DLC free content, in which, yeah, it's been happening with a lot of few sports games, and not just the sports games, but also a few ones like, Splatoon 2, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Kirby Star Allies. This has been going on for the longest time, ever since the release of the Nintendo Switch and all. And also, it's the fact that fans stated that the game doesn't really feel like it's Strikers without its aggression and edge. And yeah, I know it doesn't really feel like the game what Charge used to be, but I can at least be glad that Nintendo and Next Level Games did what they can do with Mario Strikers. All I can say is that from the demo that will be happening tomorrow, and the fact that I played the tutorial, it is definitely one of the most one of the most greatest and, better visual looking games in terms of Mario sports games. Because this is Next Level Games we're talking about. Their cutscenes are phenomenal, and the gameplay is not so bad as well. It definitely keeps the Strikers feel enough, even though it doesn't have its aggression. And it's going to be coming out next week. Who knows what the reception is going to be, but this is going to be the first thing that will be happening. Like I said, this will be released next week on June 10th, 2022. Now, for those who are a huge fan of the anime Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba and the game the Hinokami Chronicles that came out last October, then look no further to the Nintendo Switch version that will be out on June 9th, 2022. This game is going through the entirety of the story of Season 1 and the Mugen Train movie, which, keep in mind, there are actually going to be 4 different DLC characters that will be coming along the way, being Tengen Uzui, the demons Gyotaro and Daki, and the Nezuko Awakened Demon form. This game was developed by none other than CyberConnect 2, who are known for making some of the best visual looking arena fighting games out there, such as Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, and also Ashura's Wrath, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and the upcoming remastered game JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. If you wanted to get into more of the anime, or if you're not really a fan of anime in general, then Demon Slayer would definitely be a good start for you. Or if not, you can just play any sort of JoJo game, or maybe like the upcoming JoJo game, just playing the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. But if you like visual looking graphics and a good story and an okay story, then Demon Slayer the Hinokami Chronicles is right for you. Next up, coming up on June 21st, being the Fall Guys, the Ultimate Knockout. Now, yes, the game nowadays is pretty dead from the community. I mean, I wouldn't say dead, it just kind of feels forgotten. Fall Guys hasn't really seen the light of day ever since it was announced on Switch last year. It trended for a bit back at around 2020 until it decided to fall off at around the later half of 2021. And the game that was coming out for the Switch and PlayStation and I guess Xbox hasn't gotten anything new in such a long time until like a few weeks ago they announced that they will be coming this month at around June 21st. And it's free to play. It has crossplay and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm glad that this is free to play. I was worried it was going to be buying it all, and guess what, you don't have to worry about its gigabytes. Apparently it's about 54, or maybe it was like 44 millibytes or something, and I don't mind that at all. And for those who really likes a game of battle royale, then Fall Guys is definitely for you, even if the game is now dead. The game is really is kind of forgotten nowadays, and that's kind of fine by me. This year's for Sonic the Hedgehog has been by far one of the wildest things we've gotten. We've gotten the release of the Sonic Movie 2, the upcoming game of Sonic Frontiers, which did have a recent gameplay, gameplay footage from IGN, along with the Netflix show Sonic Prime, and yes, the appearance of also Ugly Sonic from the original Sonic movie design that was in that one Chip and Dale movie from Disney+. But this month, we'll be getting the remastered collections of all the classic Sonic games, all packed into this game, Sonic Origins, which includes Sonic 1, 2, Free and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. And, it does have some different features from what I can tell. Now, keep in mind that this is only digital at the moment. Yes, I know it's not great to see this game being digital if you are more of a person who likes to collect physical, cases and all. I'm that sort of person. But I think but this happened before with Sonic Mania, and right before that game right before it got a physical version, it was only digital first. But given how, I expect a sort of similar situation, but I also have to mention is that there are many different sort of ways you can buy it. You can just buy it normally. There's also the digital deluxe edition. All I can say is that as for this year's big this year, Sonic has been getting a lot of love this year, and Sonic Origins is definitely one of them. If you wanted to play the classic Sonic the Hedgehog games, then you should play it right now with Sonic Origins coming out on June 23rd. Now, these two games I'm actually going to be mentioning are going to come out on the same day, on June 24th. The Capcom Fighting Collection and Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. The Capcom Fighting Collection, Capcom's involvement with the Switch recently for the past few years has been phenomenal in all Street Fighter games, Mega Man 11, and now with this, Ace Attorney. Now with Capcom the Fighting Game Collection, it features a bunch of different games, but most notably Darkstalkers. That's not all. I can't really say anything else. If you really like fighting games, then you should possibly get it, and especially with Capcom's involvement recently. And finally, and also on that same day, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. The game is for Fire Emblem fans, and I did play Free Houses. I love that game so much, but I'm not really that much of a Muso/warrior type person. I'm not really a huge fan of it. Yes, it is satisfying to defeat the enemies every once in all. Hyrule Warriors pretty much did that, and a few other games. But Muso is not really my type of game. It's not my type of genre. And Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes does take place, I think, somewhere after. I don't know. Does the story take place after the events of Free Houses, or maybe between it? I cannot really recall or something. But really, Fire Emblem Free Hopes, if you're a huge fan of the story and, if you really love Free Houses a lot, and also a fan of Muso/warrior type genres, then this game is definitely for you. Keep in mind, these two games are coming out on the same day, on June 24th. And finally, to end off June, on June 30th, would be the Cuphead The Delicious Last Course DLC. It's been quite a long time since this game's DLC has been getting a lot of talk. The game's DLC, this DLC has been getting so much delays ever since its announcement back in around 2018. It was supposed to release back in 2019, then it was supposed to release back in 2020, then it got delayed through 2021, but then it didn't get mentioned until around 2022. But now, after a while, we finally got an announcement, and it will be coming out at around June 30th, 2022. This is the last thing, and while it doesn't really count as sort of a full-on game, this DLC is definitely for the Cuphead fans who have waited patiently to see this DLC come to the light at some point. So, Cuphead and the Delicious Last Course, if you really want to have a third player in your party, then the DLC is really definitely for you. And if you like more cartoony styles, then yeah, Cuphead the Delicious Last Course, there's going to be more bosses, an interesting world, and, a bunch of stuff that'll be happening in that DLC pack. Now, with June out of the way, I want to be talking about the last two major games that'll be happening in July. On July 22nd, 2022, a remastered version of the RPG game made by Square Enix, Alive, will be coming out on that day. Well, I wasn't really too sure what this series was until they showed it up at the last Nintendo Direct. All I can say is that Square Enix and RPG fans, including the ones who play these games, are very excited for it, given how the game... I feel like when I checked the copyright system. The last time this game was mentioned was back in 1994, so it's actually kind of great for the fans who, who are a fan of this, will get to relive this once again for the Nintendo Switch. But this is only the first major game that will be happening in July, but the last one that will be happening, which is the one I'm very excited for, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on July 29th, 2022. It features new characters, a brand new story, obviously, and especially from the fact that I did play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, this makes me very more excited. And the fact that this game was coming out more sooner than I thought, because many fans, because when this was announced, it was supposed to come out in September, but now Monolith Soft decided to just release it more sooner. It makes me think that they had so much confidence for this game's story and the characters and the gameplay, because I've seen so much gameplay footage, and I've seen so many gameplay footage and screenshots about this game that it makes me very more excited. Yes, it seems ironic that I'm buying the third game before playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because I did play Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I cannot buy the second game. I can at the moment, but I'm not gonna waste my gigabytes at this point. I'm slowly losing gigabytes, but Xenoblade Chronicles 3, yeah, this is the one I'm definitely excited for the most, just right next to Mario Strikers Battle League. But with that, these are all the games that'll be coming out on both June and July. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Which of these games are you most excited to pick up for your Nintendo Switch in this month and next month? I want to know all your thoughts and opinions down below, and so with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, and if you guys do not want to subscribe, that's completely fine by me. Follow my Twitter, and remember this, once a legend, always a legend. Like a Hellcat.